Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Newport Harbor High School, it's indeed an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to this very special day. It's the day we've all been anxiously waiting for. This is our dedication ceremony of our new Robins-Loats Hall.
It's been a really interesting project because it started out, it was a building that was originally built in the late 1920s, and as we got into it, we were originally hired to do a modernization, but the building had seismic problems. The deeper we got into it, the more problems that we found in terms of student safety.
The day that the structural engineer told me that it had to come down, it had what he termed it posed an unacceptable risk in a code magnitude event, and I realized that meant we can't have kids in it. That means we no longer have science classrooms and administrative space and a theater and food service and a library, and overnight that stuff is just gone because we've got to pull everything out of there because it's not safe.
The project being so old, you know, being built in 1930, and there was no other building around the original structure, that everything that was built after that came out, all the utilities came out of the original building. The power, all the plumbing, everything came out of the original building and went out and fed and spidered to all the other structures that were built. So just the sequencing and how do you disconnect all those other structures that are tied to this one in order to take it down, it took a lot of coordination and over different summers when nobody was around to get that work done so that we can even get to the point to where we could take the old building down and start building the new. One of the most fun was taking the building down, you know, watching that. And, you know, as a kid, you know, it's fun to just destroy things and blow things up. And, you know, that was a lot of fun, and just coordinating with the contractor to basically take the tower down. And that was pretty exciting that day, so that was a major milestone. But from the time we demoed the building to the time we topped the structural steel out, it was right like at a year. So that was a really significant period of time that I knew when we went and were planning this project, that we knew that if we can get the steel up when we thought we could get it up, the project had an opportunity to get done and get the kids in when we were hoping we could get them in. So by that milestone, getting that steel done within a year of the demo, gave us a chance to get the kids in, you know, this fall semester.
This building resolved the seismic safety issue. It resolved the programmatic issues of being able to run a high-performance school. A lot of small things like the murals that you've probably already seen, the artwork that was preserved, Heritage Hall, the history of the school, Webb Jones, the work that Gregg Kelly's doing over there in terms of preserving the history here. All of that stuff came together here to really make this a special project.
If you look at the old pictures in the front, you'll see the school was built in the middle of a, I don't know, a farm field or cow pasture or something. There was nothing around it. It was just a big block of land that the district had, and they built this school. And it's really been a landmark, especially with the tower that's on the school. But if you look at the old pictures, this one is the original rendering of the school that was conceived in the late 20s, and if you look at it today compared to what's built out there, is almost exactly what we've had before. I think everybody that we've talked to is very thrilled that the school went back into the original architecture. I think it's got to be one of the nicest looking high schools in the entire country. It's just an absolute beautiful building.
Several weeks ago, after the scaffolding came down from around the tower, and you could see the tower for the first time, I drove down to Pacific Coast Highway and then came up the hill toward the school, and for the first time saw the tower in the afternoon sun. And to me, it looked just like the original, and that was a great moment.